Okay. Alright, good to everyone. It's Gareth again from Watch People Gaming, and here we are well, we're not continuing, sorry. I'm getting myself so lost in the standard lines that I'm not even thinking. Anyway, here I am falling back on an old favorite. When I couldn't think of anything to make a YouTube video on, this is what came to mind. Now, normally, the problem I have with this game, I love it, but I like playing it modded. I like adding cheats to it. And unfortunately, the way it was previously set up, there was only one major modder doing cheats for it. Apparently, there was some difficulties between the game author and the mod author, and so that kept causing trouble where the game would update, the mod would break, and you just couldn't really practically play. And not to mention, later on, apparently there was some complaints. I can't remember the exact things. I just know he mentioned that he wasn't updating the mods anymore. But now the game author has released an official mod page where people can put their own mods. I went there. This is the mod series I have loaded. I'll try and leave links below. Most of them are basically similar to what I had originally from the previous mod author. And then this is just a terrain designator for mining. I haven't tried any of these. I don't know how they work. I don't know what's been added, what's been removed, what is majorly different, what isn't. We will just have to see as we go along. Okay, I'm just gonna go set up the map and everything and load in, so I'll pause for now and then I'll bring you back once I'm in. Okay, here we are. Let's play. Now let's just take a look at our map first. Oh no, wait, I wanted to just do one thing I always tend to forget. 1, 2. Perfect. This is a modded map. Oof. I selected it without even thinking about it. I can't remember its name. I think it was Amazing or something. I'll have to check. But yeah, it's fairly large. Lots of flat room to build on. Very rich resources. Let's go here. As you can see, plenty of resources. Oof. So yeah, it's going to get a little freezy because, well, there's a lot of resources, and that was one of the mods loading in here. It just gives a basic overview. So the 65 at the highest, -3 at the lowest, and that's basically a resource overview. I will have to check how each of the mods work. Part of them are here. I believe that's the standard UI. No, this is utilities cheat. Surplus power. Consume only. Forces every applicable to building to consume only when there is surplus power. Okay. Yeah, okay, this is for, well, this Windows, so there's that, and then efficiency. I'll have to take a look at it. Most of these mods I'm probably not even going to bother fiddling with. Okay, let's get to work here. Where is the nearest coal? Okay, let's go back to resources. Okay, water. Oof, we've got quite a merge of resources. Yeah, that's that mod kicking in. I may actually deactivate it if I can. I just don't know where it is. Utilities? No, it's definitely not here. This one? Okay, gameplay, modifications, overlays. Maybe it's here. Ah, is this the resource shows the depth? If I turn that off? Okay, there we go. That was the one I wanted. Okay, I'm just going to turn that off for now. Because, like I said, I've got quite a few utilities and tweaks, and I have never used any of these mods. So I have no idea how much trouble or if I'm going to make a mistake or anything. There's limestone, sand, water, coal, copper, iron. That's going to be a fun mining job. And then a vast amount of underground water here. Okay, check resources. Quickly complete all of this. The only thing I'm already a little concerned about, that I haven't seen here. Okay, this is definitely new. Molten lift, that's new to lift it, but as you can see, it's very expensive. I'm not going to be able to make that anytime soon. Bridgeport host. Okay, so this is so we can use this when we build a bridge to run resources under and over the bridge. Okay, that's fine. And of course, a standard pipe balancer, and then coal maker. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, first things first. Let's set up our tree harvesting operation. Where was that coal deposit? Okay, let's just cut a hole. Just like that. Oh, come on. Sorry, gotta remember the controls. Okay. Let's set up. Normally I would set this up next to the trees, but it's a long trip either way for the vehicle, so there's no point. So we'll just park it here where we're going to do our manufacturing and just set up our basics. Oops, that is wrong. That way, thank you. Molten metal. Blast furnace. Smokestack 1. Oops. Smokestack 2. Metal caster. There. I keep forgetting this one. I was playing some other games where you don't have to keep holding the button to... Come on, Gareth. Wake up. Yeah, one of the games I was playing, as long as you have the building selected, you can place as many as you want. The only thing I don't see here is resource dump and resource spawn. I do have a cheat system built in. Is it here? No, this is a boost manager. So this just improves manufacturing. Okay, here's the cheat system, but this is to add to the shipyard. Instant build. Okay, this is the basics. Keep arrows, green up, empty red. Okay, that's fine. Unlimited water. Groundwater reserves never deplete. That's fine. And here, no oil drain. Oil reserves never deplete. I may turn on the water reserves. We'll just see how we play. This is the standard here. Unfortunately, my Unity cap, it looks like I can add a cap, but I can't, and I can refill it, but I can't set it, because here's default 20. If I set cap? Okay, that's the new cap. Okay, that's fine. And refill Unity just tops it up. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so there's no cheat in the other ones where I can have a constant supply of Unity. I'll have to remember that. This increases the size of shipyard. This transfers cargo from docked ship. That's fine. Fully repaired docked ship. Okay, that's not a concern, and the capacity is not a problem. Vehicle limit. Okay, that's just fill designation. Place. Dig designation. Remove land or dump to add. Okay. So that's the fill, and that removes all the trees. Okay. Like I said, I'm going to be experimenting. Okay, this one is actually one I was actually looking forward to. You can change the total resource storage capacity of the storage bins, which is fine. So I'll probably set the smaller ones for 2,000 for the basics. Because the problem is you start with the classic one, and 500, and then I'll see how it goes from there. Okay, that's actually quite nice. And then I can always, stuff it, I'll just increase them all. 1,000, 30,000, apply. Because, yeah, I just like having the big storage capacity. That's literally it. 60,000. Come on. That's just it. I just like having huge storage capacity. Oops, I forgot to do something here. C, Control V, Control C, Control V. I do like that we can just copy and paste. Copy and paste. And chunk, 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 chunk. That is lovely. That is wonderful. I always run into the trouble where I'm overproducing everything. Okay, let's get the game going here. I think there's enhanced speed here. No, there's not. Okay, there may be a time controller. There's not. Okay, we have food storage. Check. We want waste. Just gonna put that there. The ship's gotta come this way, so we can't dump stuff this side. So this is square. I'm just gonna go with it. Okay, not quite that far out. That'll do for now. Okay, that's that done. Oh right, we need power. Yeah, this is going to be where it's going to become more interesting, because as I said before, I could build a resource, that little rectangular block that would produce whatever resources I want on the map, and a resource dump. I don't have that option anymore. That mod is not part of this, so power generation, I'm going to actually have to produce stuff. I can cheat the resources, so I'm never going to run out of supplied resources. I'm just never going to have enough. Okay. Oops, what did I do here? Okay, why can't I drag? Oh, have I not unlocked it? I probably haven't unlocked that option. Yeah, I haven't unlocked that option. That was a bit weird. Okay, I'm not quite sure what I did there. Now, farms. The underground water for pumping is here. So we're probably going to want to put our farms on this side. And we'll probably have manufacturing here, maybe? Okay, we're going to need just another one of these for now. Oh no, actually it's plenty, so delete that. That's plenty. Okay, let's just actually pause. So for now, normally I would actually prefer the farms closer to the settlement, because I'll build a conveyor belt to get to the settlement. But I also would like, so we're probably going to extend the settlement this way once this has been done up, used up. That way I can have the conveyor belt. So for now we're just going to build 2 farms. We're probably already exceeding population capabilities, but it's fine. Okay, we completed something. Iron production, that's fine. Oh, let's close that for now. Let's get research started. Plus 12, okay. As I said, first time using these, this was what I was looking for, and I forget in this game you actually unlock it through research. Honestly, I just forgot. Yeah, I just do it this way. I just start at the top and make my way through the whole research tree, and then I unlock the basics as we go along. So that's just the way it does it. And the final research there. I don't know if there's been stuff added to the tech tree. I know there is, okay, yeah, there is vehicles, heavy lifters. There was that as part of the mods. I don't know if they've added upgrades to ship. No, it doesn't look like it. There is ship engine 3. There are ship engines 3. Okay, yeah. There's no weapon upgrades. The other gentleman, the previous modder author, had weapon upgrades for the... He also, he didn't have bigger vehicles, but he did have weapon upgrades and stuff like that. Okay, construction maintenance. Check. Okay, let's pause again. Let's get to work here. Okay. For now, the assemblers can just go right here, I think is fine. 2, 3, 4. You will make the basics. You will make those. I know there are some, I've seen some of the YouTubers, they will apply all of these to a single building so that all the resources are going to one structure and then it'll go through each one as it goes along. That's not a bad approach, it's just not my approach. Okay, now maintenance is where the trick comes in here. Which means this one is to do that. Let's see here, okay, that's that. Okay, then I want to copy this one. I have 2 of these working at this one, and then this will be maintenance right here. And then we'll probably need another assembler this side for advanced construction components. That's fine. Dock we'll build now. Storage units. Always want one of those. I do notice when I put a building down it freezes a bit, but that could be because of the mod. Or it could just be me. You never know with these things. More rewards, food production. That. And that. And a vehicle depot. Which means we need to make vehicle parts. Should have unbuckled that drag. Sorry, it's that weird error I'm making where I'm thinking of the wrong game. Sorting plant, miner, that's perfect. So we can go on to research. I will admit, research seems to be going very, very quickly. Okay, we don't have enough workers. That's completely normal. I haven't unlocked. Okay, I should have unlocked it now. Yes, I have. Why am I trying to take that from the research tree? I can go here. And I want it high priority. So it has to be manned, it has to be operational. Yep. Yes. Gotcha. What are we doing? Okay, wood, we've got nothing. We've got this, we've got this. So far we're doing fairly okay with parts. Power supply, the one little generator is supplying us everything we could possibly want. Probably going to want to build outward like that just for now. Okay, we can repair the dock, but the dock requires construction components. We have 14. I would just cheat them in. Honest to yods. We are making some though, so it's not a problem. But that's also, as I said, this is the reason I play this one. I just gotta now figure out which one was it. This one. Spawner. I do admit I like this menu a bit. It's very easy to see what you want. And say 100 selected. Add to shipyard. Okay, so that hasn't changed at all. That's perfect. This is just the way I like to play it. If you don't like people, if you don't want to play with cheats or mods, that's perfectly fine. I mean, it's perfectly fine. You are more than free to do whatever you want. Ah, yes, I screwed that up. Did it actually add it to the shipyard? Because, I mean, they're like gone. I'm just going to try that cheat again. Yeah, it is adding it to the shipyard. Okay, so it is working. Second, I thought it wasn't working. That would suck, because I have on several occasions walked right into it where I've used up too much resources and then realized, oh dear, I'm stuffed. Did that work? Yes, it did. Okay, that's awesome. I love that. I love the fact that we can just go here and set resources, storage sizes. Because I've had that before where the biggest hiccup you have when you're playing this game is you build out a nice facility. It's got everything you want, it's got all the parts you want. And then you get the upgraded storage bin or whatever. And then you suddenly realize, oh dear, I don't have enough storage capacity. Like, at all. It's like, darn it. And then so you want to expand, but you've already, like, built... sorry, I'm just gonna pause here and just get this all done. You've already built your industrial plant around this particular sized storage facility. So the upgraded storage facility, yeah, this is probably the mod that's causing it to freeze. That's an upgraded storage tank, so that's a large storage tank size. But when you say built it like I tend to do, where you've done something like, come on, like this, or why do I keep pressing shift here? Ah, it's because I'm playing shapes. Shapes is just hold shift. It's much simpler to drag. Okay, you've built something like this, and then you've got your factories all around it. Technically, it's not a problem, but then these resources have to go somewhere, and I've discovered I've done that more times than I care to count. Or you've already got it all compact and set up, and it just doesn't fit. It's like, not quite to plan. Okay, there should be... yeah, here's the boost system. Now, this boost mod here lets us alter that. So for buildings, we can change that boost level. I'm just not quite sure how it would work. Normally, I don't actually mess with this. Oh, this will... the pipes and on the map. Okay. Okay, so this is where you would set your boosts. Okay. Probably not going to mess with this. It was just part of the mod pack. And you never know, I may find it useful later. Okay, first things first. We want to keep the ship full. We don't have enough crew to load the vessel at the moment, so there's no point in fighting about that. Okay, we can build the captain's office, which is always a nice thing to have. To build the trading dock. No. The only problem is there's literally no ground to build it. Okay, there we go. We can build it there. Let's see. Maintenance is complete. Got some more refugees. Harvester has no... yeah, that answers that question. It's built. We've got 2 trucks on construction. What is our maximum vehicle capability at the moment? Plenty. Okay, so we're just going to max out. We're going to build 20 of these. This is also part of the new mod. You can see there's a number counting right here. Sorry, that's not a mod. That's part of the update. And I was very happy to see that. Normally you count and then it's full and you think, okay, how many more can I have? It's also counted here. But I like this little, this is just such a nice, what do they call it? Life? Darn, I can't remember what they call it. I know. But basically it's just a very nice thing to have. It makes things much simpler. Okay, first step, we need more diesel. That's coming next. So we'll get to that now. Okay, we're not making nearly enough construction components. Now we have all the ramps. Population growth, more resources. Cheats. I'm gonna add another 100 construction parts. That's fine. That's actually quite nice. It's not quite what I'm used to for the normal cheats, but it's fine. Okay, let's pause that. Oil is here. We saw that earlier. Oil is right there. So whatever happens, oil production will be here. So let's do that at the moment. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm gonna just have to get used to some of these controls again. How do I actually want to do this? You know what? Let's move this to, say, here. I'll put that there. Let's turn this off for now. Normally what I try and do is I have two of these groups and they're next to one another. And then I pump it through the same pipe. But I've run into, more times than I care to count, I'm simply not producing enough fuel, oil. So I want to try something, oops, a little different. This time. I'm going to have each one of these pump into their own set of tanks. Yes, this costs a lot of resources. Yes, you would never ever do this in the beginning game, because you would basically starve yourself of resources. It's just so big and so expensive that any practical engineer will tell you you're an idiot. That's not what you do when you want to build. Okay, one of the things I'm going to run into almost immediately is, since it's a single pipe this way, these center tanks are not going to get nearly as much fuel as they probably should. Nearly enough crude oil. So that's a problem, and it's supposed to be, if memory serves, and I will admit, I could be 100% wrong on this. Why is this button? Click! Okay, I have no idea why that happened. But I think the main oil you want is sweet, what they call sweet or light crude oil, and that's very good for making petrol and, you know, light oils and fuels. And I think diesel as well, and then heavy crude is more of a tar type crude, which you can get products from it, it's just very, very difficult and expensive. Of course, nowadays, I mean, I saw this gentleman, I wish I could remember his name. I have to look, because I watched him a long time ago. Well, long time ago in YouTube Lab, you know, when you go through your history, and you've got like 500 videos that you've just watched, and what you want to watch is all the way down at the bottom. It's like, oops, how am I supposed to get to that now? Anyway, he does shorts. They're about 8 to 10 minutes long, and he explains things like how sellotape is made, how lenses are made, and one of the things he was going after is, how is copper refined? How do you get copper? And one of the things that surprised me when he did this, when he showed this particular clip, and I will admit I was actually quite surprised at this, is he had several samples of copper-bearing ore. And one of the pictures he showed was literally, it's a chunk of ore, and it's almost solid copper. You look at this thing and you can tell this thing is 40, 50, 60% copper. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. That's what I thought what everyone would do when you've got copper. And then he goes on to show the various types of rock we're actually mining today. And it turns out that giant chunk of almost pure copper ore, that was in the 1800s that they mined that. That's all gone. Every piece of ore with that level of high quality amount of copper is gone. It doesn't exist anymore. It's been mined out, it's been processed, it's gone. The ore we use today, he showed a piece of rock and it had these tiny little specks on it, and it's not even pure copper, it's some sort of copper derivative. And that is what we mine. That is what modern mining considers a rich source of copper. So if you saw something like this in real life, you would be a multi-billionaire overnight because you could look at it and you could see that is rich with copper. No, that's not what you would find anywhere on Earth anymore. Maybe on the bottom of the ocean where we couldn't get to it, but it's more like if you look at this rock and you look at these tiny little black spots, that little black spot, that would be considered a high value, high ore amount of copper. And I was like, really? I mean, it's not what you think. You play these games, you look at this stuff and you think, oh, they're mining it and they can see the copper. They can see it's like this. And it's, no. I'm sorry, that was hundreds of years ago. Nowadays, you want copper bearing ore? If you get a few parts, like a few grams per kilogram of copper, you're doing good. And I was like, wow. 90%, 99% of all copper basically used today is recycled. Or at least that's what they're trying. Because you can't get, you don't get good, rich ore. That's the word I was looking for. Rich load-bearing ore anymore. Okay, we're going to run into a hiccup here with coal. Yeah, this is my own fault because I normally cheat this and have those particular types of the resource spawner unit. I can't remember what it's called. But anyway, yeah, I was just surprised when he showed this, and I was like, that can't be real. No, it is apparently real. That 90% of the time, if you want rich bearing ore, it doesn't exist anymore. Like I said, probably you would find it on the ocean floor. I could definitely understand if it exists there. Because, well, it's the bottom of the ocean. There's a very high probability that, yes, you could probably find very rich veins of copper, steel, gold, everything. Oops, right. Does it actually need... yeah, it needs coal. Okay, then I'm getting this wrong. Okay. Okay, you know what? We'll do the front first, and then we'll worry about the back. Because, yes, I'm not even mining coal at the moment. Only coal I have is that. That's literally it. That's the total coal I have. It says 72, so some of the coal must be used somewhere else. Oh yeah, we are producing coal. But yeah. Okay, so I just want to check something quickly. Research. Okay, that's the balancer. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. I will admit there is one mod. Okay, I'm just going to pause quick and just check something in the modeler. Okay, sorry, it looks like it's not there. I was hoping there was basically a small square block that would spawn whatever resources, so you don't have to ship them all over the place, but there's not. Also, I click on this. Yeah, that's just set capacity. Remember I had that cheater where I could click on it, and it would spawn, it would just constantly spawn unlimited resources. No. Looks like the only cheat is here. What cheats are here? Okay, there's nothing here that would, yeah, these are very, very basic cheats. They're not actually... And then there's spawner. Okay, so we can spawn resources we will need. That's fine. Okay, wait a second. That's wrong. Sorry. Let me close this and do this again. That's coal. Oh, no. Component reactor. Okay, no, that makes sense. That's under C. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I'm just going to click 500 at shipyard. Construction parts. Okay, now then. Do I want to build this like this, or do I want to pull it back? Run the waste product this way. Okay, I think I'm going to do that. Let's pull it back to say there. Grab this. Place it. How far away should I be? There. Now, we want to run the first pipe. Nuts. So if we run it this way, it's easy, but no, I don't want to run it that way. I would love to run it this way, but the hiccup is I'm going to bang into... Okay, let's just try this quick and see where it gets me. I think I'm doing this wrong though. No, I think I'm getting this wrong. Let's run the fuel oil first. This is going to be 2 fuel pipes. Each of these are going to supply 2 fuel dumps. Probably making this bigger than it is needing to be, but I will openly admit I was never actually that good at compacting this stuff. Okay, hang on a minute. This one. Delete that. Okay, actually, no, I need to delete it a bit further. Delete that. This. Oh. Come on. R off. Like so. Ah, that's why it's giving me trouble. It's still got it raised up a level. I couldn't see it because I was looking straight down at it. It was still raised. Okay, that's the oil taken care of. I will admit getting to these two are going to be... I'm probably going to have to build a raised conveyor belt here. So what we want to do then... Okay, now we want to deal with the waste product. Which will go out one, it will go up one, go up again, go this way. I keep hitting C. I'm sorry, I'm getting the controls scheme here. Okay, let's go. No. There. 1, 2. R off. No, we don't need to go that far. Take me here, and then we'll drop it down. That'll dump that. Because, yeah, we're going to find ourselves a bit short on resources here. Now. Yeah, this is going to be a mess. But there's not much I can do about it. Okay. Yeah, that's just a mess. Just give me a little more room to work with. That actually looks neat. I'm sorry to say, I normally screw this up by the numbers. Okay, a storage bin. Let's pause again. Oh great, I don't have that accessed yet. Am I working on construction? Okay, that is coming up next. Alright, that's fine. Well, it's not like I have coal anyway. But we can add. Click here, we can click 5,000, we can hit add. Done. Very bad cheating, but that's just me. Until we get everything up and running, I'm probably going to be using the cheats quite a bit. We haven't, and this is just to produce fuel. We're not even producing, rubber yet. Other thing we need to do, more power. So let's pause again here. We want liquid storage. want to place it like that. I will admit, I wish it would turn off R. No, actually no, it makes sense. If it turned off R every time I disconnect it, then it would be a problem. Stop. Diesel full. Okay, I can take in, I can empty. Like I said, I'm just gonna probably cheaty a bit. We have some Unity. Let's get that built. Oh, did we run out of parts? Doesn't have to go far to unload it. He doesn't even have to technically move. They're still being built. I've got some rubber. Diesel's now definitely not a problem. Yeah, this is just the way I like to play. I don't want to fight with this game, which is part of the reason I enjoy playing it this way. I do wish I had the resource spawning modules and whatever, but I don't, so nothing I can do about that. I can add resources as we need. That's not going to be a problem. Just at the moment, I don't have what I really need. Yeah, like I said, production here is where I'm hitting a stone wall. So we'll just add. It actually defaulted at 1,000. It's really not a big hiccup. For me, I just want to build a nice thing, and as we go through the gameplay and unlock the tech, we'll switch more and more, less cheating, more just build it ourselves. It does mean we have a very easy early game, so that's not a problem. It also means I actually have done this sort of in reverse, because you're supposed to also build mining operations simultaneously with oil production. Okay, we need rubber. And we should have conveyor belts, right? Oh no, they're being researched now. Okay, oil production, rubber production. Okay, that's fine. We're going to just give some room here. It wants... Okay, sulfur would be the preferred way to do it, but we don't have that production capability. I think I'm just going to go with 2 at the moment. It's going to want coal, it's going to want oil. Fuel oil is not going to be a problem. First things first, we need to run up to this mess here. This is the one I want. Yeah, this is the one I want. Problem is the piping hasn't been built yet, so it's not impossible that we're getting it wrong. Okay. Fuel oil once again. Want to run it this way and this way. I'm just going to go with 1 pipe this time around. I probably should do 2, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to run it this way. Should we do that? No. That's fine. I'm just going to go with that. Yep, I know we're running into a population problem. That's not a big hiccup. Pipes are done. It's going to take forever and to fill up these tanks, but that's perfectly fine. Oh, that's because it's stuck. Conveyor belts are on the way, which is fine. We will just go here for construction components. I'm just going to add 1,000 as well. That way I can build everything I want. Like I said, I am openly, completely cheating here. But man, are we burning through construction components. I understand no one would normally build something this big in the beginning game. You would have one of everything. You would have one of these, one, maybe 2 tanks, one of these, one of these. You would never actually build something this big. It's not practical. Okay, hang on a minute. This is in the wrong place, I suspect. Okay, let me just delete that. So they've got to be able to get to it. That should hopefully get them close enough that they can unload safely. Oh, well, I could actually build another one here and then belt it to there, so that's not a big hiccup. Yes, I know we have a worker population problem. It doesn't matter. Like, at all. I'm waiting on the conveyor belts. So I'm actually going to not let anyone come near these things. I want to focus them on everything else. Same with these tanks. Just the first 2. And that one. They can get diesel here if they need it. Aha! Wonderful. Why didn't it pause? I hit spacebar. Okay. Am I one too high? No, I'm to correct height. Oh dear. One too high isn't a problem. Because you see it'll fit. Pickup comes in here. Can we go then like this? Yeah, it's happy with that. That's perfect. Okay. Yeah, we're having a population control problem. That's fine. It's not unusual that there's be almost no coal. That's not a problem. Okay, as long as they can load the coal into the facilities, I'm not going to be bothered by it. Now we're starting to make diesel. Excellent. Logistics control, we don't care about this. This I'm not 100% sure about. But there, we've begun production. Excellent. Now we need to store our rubber. In this particular case, I'm thinking of just having one for now. Just because I'm probably going to take this whole thing apart. Fluids, unfortunately, are stupidly easy to deal with. Even in real life, you run a pipe. You got to watch pressures and stuff, but you run a pipe, you can move stuff. But solid objects, moving solid objects can be a pain in the butt. Now, does it mean... The only major... Also, then again, actually... Doing anything in practicality is a pain in the butt. Let's just face it. Okay, that's the basics. We just don't have people to operate the facilities yet. But yeah, there goes all the coal that I've got stored in the warehouse. That diesel tank is full. The ship is full, but I don't have a crew at the moment. And the map is quite big, so we're going to explore this quite a bit. Right now, just going this. Okay, stockpile diesel, hooray. Diesel production, hooray. Okay, fuel, no longer a big hiccup. pollution, though, yeah, that's going to become a hiccup later on. We're also dumping it in the ocean, so... And, knowing our luck, the water... Yeah, because this is a cul-de-sac, so if we dump here, it's not going to flow this way. The water is coming this way. So this whole area would become polluted in real life. It would all flow this way. Simply because of the layout. As the water, as the tide lowers, it would drain. But given how long this waterway is, I don't think the tide would wash it out properly. So in that respect, that is like the worst place ever to build a water dump. If this was real life, and they were actually going to do it, they'd probably cut a pipeline this way and dump it way over here. Wow, why can't we be building here? Oh, because I think getting to the resources would be a royal pain in the butt. We have iron, but I don't think there's anything else here. Yeah, there's nothing else here. It's iron, it's oil. You'd have to go all the way over here to get coal and everything else. And that's a trip and a half. Okay, so that explains that bit. Okay, rubber production is now up. Diesel production is now up. Next step, mining. We need to mine resources so we can process them and make stuff. Because, yeah, we're not making anything. Food production is okay, though. Though it is having water problems, but this... We haven't unlocked... Oh, we're busy unlocking irrigated farms. And we've unlocked water storage, so that's not going to be a big hiccup. Okay, well, we can build what we need for water storage quick. So how do I want to do this? Water is there. So we're probably going to move back a bit, so we're probably going to be in this block. And let me just get rid of this. Probably going to build here. So I want rainwater capture just as an add-on to the normal stuff. I just do that normally. I want rainwater capture because it's just the way I do it. Rainwater capture is like a permanent renewable resource as far as water capture is concerned. And then we will supplement it with ground pumps. Okay, let's actually... We'll take this, it's built into this block, we're going to move it over to this block. So I'm going to build storage tanks on the other side. Perfect. Then, we're going to want our groundwater pumps. We'll just go with 4. Now the idea would be we'll pump water into tanks here for just to give leeway as far as water is concerned, and then we'll move it from there. So this pipe, this water tank is going to go here, here, here. Give me this. And then we'll have plenty of room if we need to expand the farms. Actually, I may just pull this all over once I finish building it. I'm just going to build it like that. I'm going to go quite large with these water tanks. That should be plenty. Okay, let's get this built. Once again, unfortunately, I'm creating a blockage, a bottleneck, because I've got a single pipe pumping to multiple storage tanks, multiple resource usage. I think this is a bit big. Nah. Let's go big. Okay, first things first. Actually, let's pull that forward a bit. Go from here, we're going to go here, we're going to go here, here. This one is going to come out 1. Here it's going to go there. From here, hang on a minute. Yeah, this is going to be expensive. I mean, it's already 800. Oh no, that's what I've got in reserve. Okay. Now, we're going to move this forward a bit because we don't actually need it to be right there. I do want to leave room for running the tanks, so I'm just going to place it right there. Perfect. When we get irrigated farms, we'll run the connection piping. We're still building up our trucks, so we're not running into a truck problem. And then we gotta get mining. We gotta get mining, we gotta get mining, we gotta get mining. Okay, let's just sweep this under. What is our time at the moment? 50. Okay, we'll probably do a little bit more and then we'll end for this episode because I just keep to an hour. But the main reason I do hour-long clips is you can actually see me do something. I actually accomplish something in the gameplay. You don't have to watch 10 freaking episodes just to see if I do anything. That's only reason I get a little annoyed when I watch these short clips. Especially given my release schedule, because I release once a week. Now, if you're doing short clips and you're releasing 4 or 5 times a week, that's fine. Even twice a week, that's fine. But if you do short clips like I'm doing here, if you have a release schedule like mine, which is once a week, then a long clip is just more practical. It actually gives you the ability to see, yes, he is getting somewhere in this game. He is not, oh, he's put a few houses down, that's the episode. It's like, no, I actually built something. It may not be working, but I built something. Only other hiccup. Do we have our... Yeah, these are all going in the right direction. Man, have I done that before. It's one of the only arguments I actually have in this game. I have done that before. Okay. Water. Pause. Piping. Do we separate these two tanks? Not practical. So there we go. We want to keep plenty of room. We will build a crossway because we are going to need it. Later on, when we upgrade the piping, then it's not going to be as big a problem. Okay, that goes there. I'm going to quick build. Oh, I don't have enough product to quick build. Eesh, I burned through. I'd actually suck at this if, in real life, I wouldn't have a choice. I would have to. Oh, I don't have enough Unity. Okay, well, is it under cheats? Yep. Where are you trying to go? You make no sense. I'm honestly confused where they're trying to get to. Why are these... Oh, this is supposed to be this. This is supposed to be construction parts too. That's why I'm not making a lot of these. Because I don't have a storage bin for them. Okay, that solves water production. And right now food production is... not too bad. It's not great. But it's not terrible. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna still keep running into this lack of workers thing for a little while longer. Okay, we want to set up crop rotation. Grass. Green manure. Also adds to fertility. Okay, hang on a minute. That's what it costs to make it. Okay, I got confused there for a moment. I have to wonder, how practical would a facility like this be? I mean, you look at farming and you see they've got these huge tractors that do all this. How practical would a small farm like this? Would a small tractor do it? I'm assuming a small tractor could harvest and plant what you needed here. And a small harvester, because there are tractor-mounted potato harvesters, and then you would run your piping. I don't know if water towers are practical, or if you could, I don't know, have underground spring-loaded sprayers that'll park underground, pop up when you need them to do their stuff. They may just get, clogged and buried in mud, which would be a problem. But I do wonder how practical something like this would be. Okay, water storage is not a problem. And the surplus water storage is not a problem either, so in that respect we're doing fine. Okay. Yep. In that respect, everything is going good. More people, that's fine. Home housing, we're still doing fine. Mining now. Mining is going to come. So the 3 basic resources we're going to start up with are right here. So pause again. Give me terrain manipulation. Give me mining control. I always separate this into separate mines because it's just the way I do it. Now comes the question. I've added a mod which will let me create this one. Okay, create destination. Scan and place mine destination. Okay. Okay, that's within the edited area. Okay, you see here that famous meme, and it even shows me what resources are available. Okay, elevation in the middle. Ore purity is off. Corridor. Okay. Max layers to excavate is 30 underground, so 30 from the surface. Forces scan to target specific product. Okay, that's fine. So, if I click edit area, and we drag the area across, like that, we click again. Okay, now that's fine. We go again. What would it do? Oops, sorry. Yeah, this bar is very big. I can live with that, though I've probably gone too far into the rock. So we're probably going to have to edit this area again. Just pull it a wee bit back. Okay, I do like this because, man, did I always fight with getting this the correct size and everything. Click yes, there we go, create area, and it's happy. It's also, they're going to build a ramp going down. Perfect. Okay, that was one of the mods I added. I do wish I could get rid of this little guy here, because that's annoying. I'll have to check. I have to check if it's under, what's this? Ramp. Placed but did not reach the surface excavation. Why? Okay, I can't see bollocks with this here. Oh, because it's all the frickin' way underground. Okay, okay, let's reduce the maximum area. Let's just put it for now at, say, 5 and recreate. There we go. Oof, that is a very skew ramp. But it's happy with that. Later on, we can go deep. Okay, so that's very deep. Wait, did it do the same thing here? No, it didn't do the same thing here, so I'm wondering where it's getting confused. Once again, way too deep with the excavation depth. We can always later on adjust it. Okay, I don't get that. I'm gonna remove that bar. Come on. Yeah, that's fine. That I can live with. This one also doesn't make any damn sense to me here. I don't know why this is skew. So what we're going to do is we'll just remove it. Oops, no. Come on. That's fine. Yeah, okay. Let's get that done. What is outside the mining area? Oh. I don't know why I didn't readjust this, but... Yeah, where am I? There, that's fixed. Okay, that's fine. For now, we don't have the vehicles. We still got to set up the refineries. But I think I'm going to do all that in the next episode. I'm going to end this episode here. I hope you've all enjoyed, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. This is Gareth from Whatchamacallit Gaming, out.